Hey gang, Uncle Todd and Sonny here with rather a bittersweet series ending. Uh, Almost no action, which I was surprised considering there was another alien showing up, but this more ties up everything and leaves everybody in a bit of a happier place, I guess you could say. We start out with Dr. Ethan Stone. If you don't remember him, he was the doctor that showed up in the first season because Harry was only supposed to be temporary until they found a replacement. He was supposed to be the replacement. And then he inadvertently, well, no, not inadvertently, Max was the one who lied and said he was the alien when they realized the alien was at the clinic, the government. And so they abducted him. And then, about second or third season, they realized, oh, he's not an alien. And so they dumped him in an alley and made it look like he was an addict. So he's heading to Patience. And he's getting a call from his mother, who's telling him, look, there's no such things as aliens. Please just come back. We'll work through this. And he's like, no, this alien ruined my life and I'm going to kill him. At which point, an alien craft, much like the one that Harry originally came in, crashes on top of his car. Just demolishes it. Now, this was actually what Asta saw last week when she woke up and said they're here. She saw that happen in a dream. She's telling this dream to Darcy the next day, and her daughter Jay shows up and tells her she got accepted into college. Well, that's great. Let's have a celebration. And she gives her a present. But then Jay finds out that Asta's moving to Amsterdam. She's got an offer from there, and she's looking forward to it. And this upsets Jay, who just says, just like always, you always leave me, and storms out. That was also in Asta's dream, as is when Judy shows up with a wagon full of books, because she's running out of room in her place, and since Asta's leaving, she'll just store them there. Well, they realize that means there really was an alien that crashed, so they rush to tell Harry. And so he examines her and says that the mantid poison that they counteracted with his blood has left some residual effect in her, and she is getting temporal visions in her sleep. So they rush out to the site. Well, government's already there, but Harry knows one of the guards. Hey, it's Frank. Everybody, all that cologne that you wore, everybody called you stank because of it. Not me, because I'm a nice alien. They get taken to the people and the head major, and they show him a device they found near the wreck. It's similar to the device Harry had when he originally came to kill everyone on Earth. So he's going to have to find the alien and get rid of it before he can build another one. And that's when Liv goes to see Sheriff Mike. She thinks they should arrest Harry for the murder of the real Harry. And Mike's like, we're not going to get into that. He's a good alien. We don't even know if that's how they duplicate people. What's not mentioned is the fact that they can't take someone into court saying he's an alien who killed the real Harry. The government's not going to back him up on that. So she's all upset about that. Well, Max and his mother are walking along, and he sees the alien, who is now disguised as Dr. Ethan Stone. Only he sees him as the alien, which he tells his mother. And then they go find Harry and tell him. And Harry goes to the diner where he is, and they have a brief discussion where it turns out the Greys no longer have run of the planet. Since Harry messed up their scheme at Yellowstone, they can't get another loan from the intergalactic banks, so it reverted back to Harry's race, and they want to go along with the original plan of wiping everyone out. And they reach a tete-a-tete, although Harry, in his usual way, because there's a certain ore that he needs to build a device, and Harry's like, they don't have that here. Yes, they do. Yeah, but they don't call it that. They call it ball sack. So the entire conversation revolves around the other aliens saying ball sack, which cracks Harry up. Anyways, everybody holds a big meeting to figure out what to do. And in the middle of the meeting, Harry discusses how actually Liv and Mike actually knew he was an alien before, but he wiped their brains and gave Mike a memory of him fishing with his dad. Something his dad always wanted to do, but Mike never had the time for. And then Mike gets very upset with Harry because that was the best memory of his life, and it's not even real. And he and Harry get in a fight, and Harry storms out with Asta. And then Mike gets into a fight with Darcy, and then he and Liv storm out. Jade at the diner finally opens the present Asta gave her, and it is filled with letters that she wrote to Jade but couldn't send because, the adoption thing. Not until she's 18 can she even find out about her birth parents. And she's reading all these letters from birthdays, first day of school, holidays, everything, where Asta's telling her about her own life and what she hopes Jade is going through, and she knows that Jade is being raised by people that love her, and she is safe. And so she goes to find Asta, who's with Harry at the clinic, talking Harry out of trying to kill Sheriff Mike with a bottle of baby aspirin. Anyways, when she sees Jade, Jade hugs her and says she loves her. So they've reconciled. Then Harry has to meet Mike out at the lake. So Mike goes with a ton of ammo. He doesn't trust Harry anymore. And he shows up and there's his dad. Seems Harry had asked his father to go there and they could go fishing, and he asked if he could bring him a rod. He doesn't have one. Well, Harry's not going to show up, so Mike takes the rod and they have a day of fishing together. And meanwhile, Kate is talking to Ben, and she decides, I think I'm going to quit teaching and go back into practicing law. That was really where her passion was. And Ben thinks that's great. He's supportive of her. And then that night, Mike gets abducted by the Major, who wants him. They've heard a lot about him from Harry, and they think he would work well with their organization. He could stay sheriff of Patience, but when they need him, he would be on call for any emergencies. And he says, well, I'm going to need one thing before I can agree. So they abduct Liv. And she's not too sure she wants to be his partner in this endeavor. She's had enough of aliens. And then she says, well, I would need one thing. What's that? I need to see the Feely file. You don't have access to that file. You don't have a high enough access grade. I know, but thanks for verifying that there actually is a file that exists. Ha ha! So she and Mike have a good laugh over that one. And now they are special agents. Undercover. Well, now we still have to deal with Ethan Stone. So Harry comes up with a plan. He has him meet him at the bar where they'll get him drunk and then they'll take him out back and kill him. But as he drinks, he starts to kind of loosen up, and then a guy offers him his chair. He came up to him and said, hey, you want to sit with your friends? And he sits down, and then he looks at Harry and goes, what is this odd warm feeling I get in here? He's like, that's what humans call kindness and love. The more you're here, the more you'll experience it. Nah, it'll probably pass. Now Harry has a new plan. And he has Darcy put on a really rockin' beat. And unable to control himself, Stone gets up and starts dancing. Oh, he's really liking this. And Judy immediately jumps up and starts dancing with him. Because you know Judy, she's always ready to party, especially with a cute guy. And then they're all joining in and dancing and having a great time and drinking. And Harry's plan is realizing it's going to take him time to rebuild the device. And by the time he gets to that point, like Harry, he'll be more human and not want to kill everyone. Well, the next day, Darcy goes to see one of the members of AA that she met. It's a girl who one of her things was she wanted to be an Olympic skier, but the Vermont school kicked her out. She can't get into any school. And Darcy says, look, I never got into those schools either. I got someone to train me. And I've seen your videos on YouTube. You've really got some talent. Gives her card. If you want to, give me a call. Oh, and on the bumps, you're coming up out of your kneel too soon. You'll want to work on that. And then she leaves, so she may have a student. Who knows? Meanwhile, Judy and Ethan have gotten very much closer. They're hanging out together all the time and laughing and everything. And Asta's gotten another job offer to join a disaster relief organization. They need someone to go to Louisiana in a few days. And she thinks that she's going to do that instead of go to Amsterdam. Because staying in the medical profession, and she gets to help people and maybe discover something about herself. So everybody's happy to hear that. And of course, Ethan's going to become the new clinic doctor, just like Harry was, because they offered it to him as soon as he showed up. And then Harry and Bridget say goodbye to everybody. They come to see him off, and he brings his ship out of the lake, and he kind of patched it together with duct tape, so it'll hopefully get him to Heather's planet, or at least close. And before going, he gives Max a stone with a button on it, or a device with a button on it, and tells him that if you need me, just use this. Although there's extra rates for traveling, so long distance charges do apply on this. That he waves and they all leave. And then Asta and Darcy say goodbye to each other, and Darcy gives Asta the bead necklace that she had given her when she went off to train at skiing. And it says Dasta on it, because they were so close in school that the teachers called them Dasta. And then she drives to her new life, and that's kind of where we end, with some shots of other people helping people in disasters or animals, and Harry pontificating about how humans really do like to help each other, and they really give, hopefully, the rest of the universe a sense of hope about being better. So, like I said, bittersweet. A little disappointed there wasn't that much action, but it's basically an episode that ties up everybody and leaves their lives in a better place. So that's that. Sorry to see the show end. Really got to like the characters and the humor and just the utter ridiculous bureaucracy that exists amongst the alien planets and things. And now it's not that much different than here on Earth. Basically, sentient beings are the same wherever. So, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with a different show.